Good evening, I'm Kofi Mensah and this is chale.news. A big day in Ghana. The government wants to rewrite the constitution, for real this time. A teacher spent 10 years in prison for something DNA proves he never did. And the Black Queens are playing the biggest match of a generation tonight. Let's get into it. Ghana's government is talking about the biggest constitutional overhaul in 30 years. 5-year presidential terms, a cap on ministers, elected local chief executives. Bold ambitions. But here's the thing. No draft bill, no timeline. And Ghana has never successfully amended a single entrenched constitutional clause since 1992. Wanting reform and achieving it are very different things. Full breakdown on chale.news. The Asante Berko bribery case is moving closer to home. Ghana's Deputy Attorney General has confirmed, for the first time, that the AG's office is actively cooperating with US authorities to prosecute Ghanaian officials implicated in the scheme. Berko himself was convicted in the US of paying over $1 million in bribes and faces up to 30 years. Who gets named here? No names yet, but the net is tightening. Inside the NPP, Ashanti Regional Chairman Wontumi swore in candidates whose election the National Steering Committee had just annulled. The party's response? Force a full rerun at Kumasi Cultural Centre with Electoral Commission officials watching. EC supervision of an internal party election is a first. The 2028 rebuild is not going smoothly. New Majority Leader James Agalga didn't waste any time. Hours after his appointment, he went on TV3 and told Minority Leader Afenyo Markin directly, "We entered Parliament the same year, so don't try to pull rank and don't try to bully me. Parliament is going to be interesting." ECG's losses are staggering. Economist Professor Godfred Bokpin says Ghana has bled up to 3.2% of GDP every year for nearly 2 decades because of ECG and state enterprise failures. And at times, ECG bailouts alone have exceeded the combined budgets of health, agriculture and education combined. His warning is plain. Without structural reform, another IMF bailout is coming. Parliament passed the Excise Tax Bill 2026 today, extending sin taxes on alcohol and tobacco. Non-communicable diseases now account for 45% of all deaths in Ghana. Civil society is calling it one of the most consequential public health votes in years. No implementation date confirmed yet. Presidential Special Envoy Kwasi Kyei Darkwah said something you don't hear from a sitting Ghanaian government official. On Leave Television, he confirmed his son Kweku is transgender and said it does not bother him at all. He called parents shepherds, not engineers. This is happening in the same country that passed the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Act in 2024. Let that sit with you. A teacher from Sunyani walked into prison convicted of raping a student. He walked out 10 years later after a DNA test, ordered by the Supreme Court, proved the child was not his. No such test was done at the original trial. 10 years. His current legal status, whether he's been released or compensated, has not even been publicly confirmed. This is a failure at every level. An ex-convict went on a Tinker TV and explained calmly how he ran mobile money fraud from inside a Ghanaian prison, with officers providing phones and computer access in exchange for bribes. He says he entered with coins and left with stacks of cash. The Ghana Prison Service has not responded. The agenda. 111 hospital in Trede, Ashanti region is finished. Walls up, security on site. DCE visited today. Still locked. No patients, no opening date. This is now a pattern. The Wager Children's Hospital sits the same way. Built and sealed while communities wait. A close call in Bono East today. A tanker carrying 54,000 litres of petrol caught fire at Kawampe. Firefighters got there in time. Water and foam. No explosion. Nobody died. Those who remember Atomic Junction in 2017 know exactly how differently this could have ended. Tonight's the night. The Black Queens face Malawi in a WAFCON quarter-final where the winner goes to the 2027 Women's World Cup in Brazil, ending a 26-year absence from the global stage. Coach Björkegren wants tactical discipline. Goalkeeper Cynthia Conlon says communication is what shuts Malawi down. Everything is on the line. Full build-up at chale.news. Captain Smart resigned live on a newer TV yesterday. Asked a colleague to remove his microphone mid-broadcast and walked. He says it's humanitarian work calling. Others say there's a parliamentary seat in Gomoa West he's eyeing on the NDC ticket. Media General hasn't named a replacement. At Beverly Afaglo's funeral today, her husband Choirmaster performed a traditional ceremony most Ghanaians had never seen. A ritual to formally dissolve their marriage vows. Video went viral within hours. Ghana's funerary traditions run deep and wide. Ghana police want to take traffic enforcement fully digital. Cameras catch the offence. A fine lands on your phone. You pay online within 14 days. No cash, no officer, no roadside negotiation. The legal framework isn't in place yet, but the system is called Traffic GH and it's coming. That's your August 8th evening digest. Every story we covered and more is waiting for you at chale.news. Stay informed, stay sharp. Good night.